What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy ColeRocket21 back again with week 4 of the National Pokemon Draft League Season 20. We have had a rough start to the season. We're currently sitting at 0-3. If you haven't seen the first 3 weeks matches, they're up. Still worth checking out, I think. I've had, I'd say, a little bit of bad luck, but what can you do? I missed 3 Leech Seeds in week 2. I got Flamethrower burnt twice last week. So hopefully only up from here. But if not, that's the competitive children's game that we electively play. So this week we are playing our boy RPerera. He's got a pretty scary team. Pereira is, I'd say his playstyle leans hyper offense. He will click setup a lot of the time if you give him the chance, and even if you don't, he will still try. And he has a team that fits that playstyle very well. He's got Dragapult, obviously can be maybe the best pseudo that they've ever released from a competitive standpoint, like 142 base speed, strong physical and special attacks. Just clicks buttons, also can bring an annoying like status set with like T-Wave, Will-O-Wisp, it gets U-turn, Ghost Dragon type. Infiltrator, so it goes through like a light screen or sub. So pretty scary. And then his second pick is Megastaraptor, the new Megastaraptor that they took away the normal type, made it a fighting type, and then gave it contrary close combat, because that is fair and balanced. So not letting that thing get out of hand will be important. It can also, just U-turn out. Obviously, Brave Bird Close Combat is going to be its most common set to run. Then he's got Tinglu. This thing is just a bulky wall. Ruination to cut your team's HP in half, and mostly just sets hazards. It gets Spikes, Stealth Rocks, and then Whirlwind to pivot you out as well. And then always it can click EQ, and it's got a pretty good attack stat as well for that. Rotom Wash, Draft League staple. Usually only runs like 6 moves. You're getting, potentially Defog, Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, maybe a Discharge, Will-O-Wisp, and like Pain Split. What you're seeing on that, but with its water, electric typing, and levitate, it's only weak to grass. It's got great bulk and solid offense to do some damage as well. Kind of switch around. It's a staple for a reason. Revavroom, the steel and poison type, gets shift gear, which of course is terrifying. It's just Dragon Dance, but with +2 speed. Not the world's best coverage, but like enough to be scary. Obviously, you got Gunk Shot, Iron Head for its dual stab, and then I think it also gets like Temper Flare or something for fire type coverage, and high horsepower for ground coverage. Rabombi, again, Quiver Dance potential, also a sticky web setter, Moonblast, Bug Buzz, Psychic and grass coverage, I think. Obviously U-turn and like Stun Spore can run some more utility shenanigans. Delphox, 104 base speed, pretty good special attack. I think slept on Gen 6 starter. Fire Psychic is just a good offensive type. This thing is honestly, if you look, kind of bodies my whole team. I'll talk about that as we get into what we're doing here. If that thing comes, it's a threat. Mousehold can click Tidy Up. Obviously, Population Bomb is just a crazy, insane move. Hits up to 10 times. There's slap a wide lens on it, and it's a 99% chance to hit each time. So you basically never miss, and it's got it's like Explosion, basically. It's nuts. And then he finished with Cradily Beartick. I don't really expect these to come. Cradily gets Water Absorb, which is kind of cool. Beartick gets Swift Swim and Slush Rush. I don't have either one of those weathers, so I don't necessarily expect it to come there. Not quite as good without Terra format. Cradily gets like Storm Drain, which is kind of cool, and I think it's another stealth rocker. It's got solid defenses, gets Synthesis, so it could potentially sit in front of stuff, but I don't really see either one of those coming. We will get to my team real quick, because I know that he is also waiting on me to send over a challenge. We're starting off with Tapu Koko this week. As a spoiler, I made some transactions that will take place after this match. The team has not felt great to build with for me personally in my play style, and so I'm switching it up. I figure, hopefully I can win the match today. Maybe go to 1-3. If I fall to 0-4, like our odds of making playoffs are not looking great, and even at 1-3, it's an uphill battle. So, figured I need to make some type of change. I'll discuss those next week. But I believe we may have a few members on the team this week that are seeing their last action with the Las Vegas Cinderaces for the season. Anyways, top of Coco, we're running terrain extender this week. I decided to just go full in on terrain this week. Electric terrain. So we're running T-Bolt, Dazzling Gleam, U-Turn, Taunt. Like I mentioned, I've got a few Taunt users this week because Prayer likes clicking setup moves. And so that is going to be my way to stop that. Bolt Gleam coverage hits his whole team pretty hard, and U-Turn helps us pivot out, get terrain up, and then bring it back up online later in the match. Driftbloom, we're running Citrus Berry, Unburden, Hex, Air Slash, Will-O-Wisp, Defog. This is our best check to Staraptor. Hopefully at least keeps him from clicking close combat without thinking about it and getting defense buffs with that contrary ability. It's also a decent check to Mousehold if that thing comes. We're running Choice Specs, Iron Crown. Enough speed to get the speed boost. I do believe, just kidding, it's enough speed to outspeed. Oh, I don't remember exactly what it is without, I can't remember what the speed tiers were. It was enough speed to outspeed something that's at like base 90. I think it might have been Reverroom, maybe. But max attack, max special attack. So in terrain, we will get the special attack boost. We're Choice Specs. This thing is just going to click buttons. Even Ting-Lu doesn't really love switching in on an Tachyon Cutter from this thing. So that is Iron Crown. Iron Moth, we are getting the speed boost from. In terrain, Fire Dance, Sludge Wave, Dazzling Gleam, U-Turn. The first three moves hit his team pretty hard. U-Turn can make him switch and get us some momentum. Heavy Duty Boots, so that if Ting-Lu does start getting some hazards up, we aren't getting absolutely chunked on that. Ogrepone, as always, Cornerstone Mask, Sturdy Ability. Ivy Cudgel, Horn Leech, Taunt, Spikes. This is a potential lead for me. Kind of as a counter lead to a lot of his team. Dual Stab hits most of his team pretty hard. And we put on Taunt because this thing is a little bit of setup fodder for Reverroom. He doesn't know that because I could be carrying Stomping Tantrum. So there's that. And finally, we have Iron Jugulus, again, getting the speed boost in that electric terrain. We are just running Dual Stab in Dark Pulse Hurricane, U-Turn, and once again, Taunt. But we are also running the Mirror Herb, just in case I try to switch into something. And he tries to set up, I will copy their boosts. And again, just to note, I don't have anything that switches in great on Delphox. So we'll see how that does. Otherwise, we are just going to jump right in here. We are going to send our challenge. We're going to let him know that I sent that over. Yeah, so like I said, we cap at 4 total transactions during the regular season. Basically don't want people doing crazy team overhauls all the time. So I did use all 4 of those moves. So we'll talk about that again next week. He does not bring Delphox. Thank goodness. That is, I think, very nice for me. None of this really surprises me. Wouldn't shock me to see him lead Rabombi, maybe try to get some webs up at some point. I don't have the best hazard removal currently. So between that and Ting-Lu, and then he's obviously got his setup threats and basically the rest of his team. We will just send this as well. Make sure that we ping the league, let people know that we are throwing down. And yeah, I think as planned, I'm just going to lead. There's a part of me that wants to lead Ogrepone, but it does scare me because it does get outsped by Rabombi. So I think I'm going to lead Coco. It is unfortunately a bit of an obvious lead. If he leads Rabombi, yeah, I think I go Coco. Coco teams tend to lead Coco a lot. And I think with my team being so heavily based around the terrain this week, I think there's just value to trying to have it up as much of the match as possible. So we'll see. Okay. It is just hard Rev of Room. If Coco goes down, this sucks. If he just clicks hard gunk shot here, pretty not great. I, knowing Perera, think that there's a chance that he's just going to see this lead matchup and try to go for game turn 1. So I think I'm willing to gamble this taunt here. Could backfire dramatically. But I think if this thing kind of gets out of hand early, it gets pretty bad. Okay, and he does hit the gunk shot. He also crits. I don't think that mattered. But that also shows me he's Scarf. Which is kind of interesting. And so I think we just go hard Moth. And what is his switch to Fiery Dance? It's probably Rotom coming in here. I think we U-turn. Oh, it's Tinglu. That's fun. And we go Ogerpon here. I'm going to taunt once again. And then try to probably get a layer of spikes up. I could see this thing packing Whirlwind because Ogerpon is a pretty common Sword Stance Trailblaze set that I'm not rocking this week. So pretty tough with Coco going down on turn 1 with my Electric Terrain team. I was not expecting Scarf Ever Room. That's a good bring on his part. I probably should have just gone Hard Crown. I think that's a misplay on my end. I think I probably live a +1 whatever, and I should have been calking. I don't know. It's been a tough season. I think my brain has not been in Mons this summer. If I'm being totally honest. Okay, we now know that this thing is Scarf. This is going to be an Iron Head. I'm going Crown. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Get our special attack buff off here. I think I'm just ripping a Tachyon Cutter. I think he switches out here. Even if he doesn't, Rev of Room does not have a super strong. Yeah, Tinglu comes out. This damage is going to be... Oh. Nothing. Never mind. Yikes. That is a tough one. I will not lie there. I think we just go into Jugulus. He just ruinates. I'm pretty fine with that. We U-turn. It might just be Ruination again. I think we go Ogre. He misses a Stone Edge. That is nice for me. I think I'm just going to get a Spike up here. I think I need to punish him trying to pivot around my whole squad. Obviously, Spike for Staraptor, and Rotom doesn't do anything, but I think the chip is nice. Unfortunately, terrain goes down after this turn. So, how much does Hornleech do? I forgot to put my calc in. I just, again, not locked in. Overpone 2. Seeing Lou. I'm not Ivy Cudgel, I'm Hornleech. Leech does maybe kills, depending on... That's max and max special. Yeah, I think I Hornleech. Staraptor comes out. Get a little bit of HP back. This is hard Drifblim. Drifblim is my designated check to this thing. I think, knowing Prayer again, I think he's going to click close combat button on the Mega. Yep. We are immune to that. And we are just going to click Willow. His team doesn't love Willow, so I feel pretty good about this play here. If he Brave Birds, yep. I get my Citrus. Oh, thank God. I really, based upon how this season has been going, I thought I was missing that for sure. And now we get our Unburden boost. So we are fast Drifblim, which is pretty good. And I believe, if I'm remembering my counts, I think this Air Slash should about take this bird out. Or he will get the invisible scarf off. I believe I'm faster than max speed Rabombi here, so I think we can just click Hex and take that thing out. And Drifblim is in a pretty good spot here with Unburden. We'll see what he wants to go. I would guess Rotom. Staraptor being burnt is very nice. I mean, yeah, I feel like it has to be Rotom. And unfortunately, he goes Rotom, and maybe he doesn't want to go that because he only has Volt Switch. I guess would be a possibility. I just don't really know why he would not go Rotom, I suppose. Into Rotom Wash. Yeah, I mean, I don't really do that much. I'm max. Dragapult comes out here. Interesting. I'm 398 speed. I want to say that I think that I made Drifblim fast enough if he speed crept. Knowing Pereira, there's a chance he didn't. And he's just running max speed. Because I think I had Drifblim have enough speed to outspeed Dragapult speed creeping Coco. Unfortunately, though, there's also a big part of me that kind of feels like I just have to switch here. What does, like, if he goes... Yeah, I mean, if he's Hex or Shadow Ball, he kills me here. what is my play? Like, I could go Jugulus, but then what? Exactly. I'm just trying to figure out where my win con is at this point. He's heavy duty boots, which is, I guess, worth noting. Because unfortunately, with that terrain, I don't have like the speed to necessarily start outpacing this thing. I think I'm just gonna Willow. Okay, he does Shadow Ball. He makes the obvious play. I didn't feel like I had great options there for that, unfortunately. I think we go Moth here. We Gleam. Because I think, I don't know. This is tough. Letting Coco go down turn 1 was not smart on my end, I will say. And I mean, good play on him leading Rev of Room into Coco, knowing that I would probably lead it. Again, I've probably been too obvious with that as a lead this season, so that's a bit on me. I did, what was that, 31 with a Gleam to Rotom there. To I also wonder if he's like Scarf or Specs Pult with switching out here. I'm Moth. I'm like, yeah, 132, I think. Let me check that real quick. In fact, I just need to do this calc. I forgot to do it before the game, and that is silly of me. Iron Moth into Rotom Wash. Gleam to 31. That was a max roll. Yeah, I think we just U-turn here. Probably on... He's Rocky Helmet. That makes sense. Probably on a Hydro would be my guess. Ogerpon eats a Hydro, which is interesting. That's probably where I have to go. I think I maybe just Cudgel here. Try to get damage off. Because if he stays in, I outspeed with everything else on my team. I'm not as worried about that. River Room comes out. It's a bit annoying. Okay, he does stay in. I'm okay with that, because this does give me a chance. I think Fiery Dance from Moth does take him out now. And I can hope that I maybe get this special attack boost off. That might be my best shot at getting some momentum. I'm guessing, though, that he probably has high horsepower on... No boost. It's unfortunate. I think if River comes out here, that to me screams that he's got high horsepower. So, okay, it's Ting Lu. His Vessel of Ruin. I think it's still probably U-turn into Jugulus. He's got the Stone Edge. He could click Stone Edge here. I do not kill with a gleam. I think I have to U-turn. Okay, he does EQ. And unfortunately, I think I'm at the whims of the Hurricane Gods now. I'd love a Confuse. Nope. Okay, that's fine. I know this thing is Scarf. I think I just have to go Crown. If he calls it and clicks high horsepower, I still probably live. Unfortunately, I am worried that my team is getting chipped to the point that Dragapult at full HP is just going to take me out here. Nope, that's Gunk Shot. This is a pretty free Tachyon Cutter. Again. I mean, we're staying in it. If he's Specs Pult here, it gets a little dicey. Him coming hard into that now makes me think that's probably the case. I do not live a Specs Shadow Ball. It's not Specs, but I am. Does that kill? Oh! Iron Crown, you're so good. Wow. This is a good Pokemon. Let's see. What can he lock? Is there anything he can lock himself into? I think I go hard Jugulus if it's Fire move. Okay, it's high horsepower. We just Dark Pulse. Oh my god, did I pull this out? We stay in. I don't actually know. Does U-turn do more damage than Dark Pulse? I don't know if it matters. And we KO with U-turn. Wow. GG's. Oh, he wasn't Specs Pult. Iron Crown, you the goat for real. For just eating that and Specs Tachyon Cutter one-shotting the Pult. That's crazy. We get on the board. We have at least one win on the season. Oh, thank God. All right. Okay. Well, that was fun. Very bad start to the game with just throwing my Coco away for no reason, but we pulled it back. I don't think the predictions we had to make were too hard. I think he clicked the right button a lot of the time, and I don't think he made a lot of predictions. So, obviously, he got a Stone Edge miss at some point that maybe mattered a little bit, but I don't think it mattered a ton. And again, that's Stone Edge. Thank God we hit our Will-O-Wisp. Shout out Drift Balloon. Yeah, awesome. Sweet. We move to 1-3 on the season. We get in the win column. We have 4 weeks left. We may have to run the table from here on out. I maybe could afford one loss. I think we're 16 coaches, and I think 8 make playoffs. So I would need some good differential in my favor. Thankfully, I did not get smoked too badly in any of my matches, so I think I can make some of it up. But that is for future Cole and y'all to find out. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and comment to see the rest of the season, as well as the Infinite Fusion series I'm posting and future content I will be uploading here on the channel. But until that point, I am ColeRocket21, and until we blast off on our next adventure, I'll see you later. Bye.